and we are going to discuss about Narayan. Narayan is the most prominent author in India writing. So many questions come from his works and about his some personal things or personal facts. Okay, so he is the one of the third. He is the he's most important writer, and he is the one of three pillars. Three pillars means Mulraj Anand, Narayan, and Raja Rao. It is also called Trinity. Trinity means Trimurti in Hindi we call it. Okay, so his name is Rashipuram Krishna Swami Narayan Swami Iyer. He was born in the year 1906 and he died in the year 2001. Okay, he's best known for setting his setting Malgudi, and you must have watched it Malgudi Days, right? It was broadcasted in television, mostly in especially in Doordarshan, right? That reminds our childhood days that will take us to our childhood days, right? So he is best known for Malgudi. Malgudi is the fictional town that represents the part of India that is South India, right? So, and he is also compared to William Faulkner. William Faulkner has also created fictional town, Yokna Patwa, right? So Yokna Patwa is also the that represents South America, and Malgudi represents South India, right? So you need to know Malgudi Days, and Malgudi the place. That is fictional place, that is not in reality, but you can see you can also watch Malgudi, that is fictional place also, that tried to make it in reality, but that is not the imagination is more powerful than our reality, right? So he was also a leading author of early Indian literature in English along with Mulraj Anand and Narayan. As I have already told you that these three are called Mulraj Anand, Narayan, and Raja Rao. These three are called Trinity or three pillar of Indian writing. So let's jump into his awards. So first Sahitya Academy Award in English literature he was given in 1960 for his novel The Guide. The Guide was also adapted for the film with the same name, The Guide, and for that the film he was awarded Filmfare Award for best story, right? He received a Filmfare Award for best story. He received the Padma Bhushan in 1964 and Padma Vibhushan in 2000. Padma Bhushan, and also he was nominated for Nobel Prize many times, but he did not get it, right? So let's move on his works. So first we talk about the novels. So first novel is Swami and Friends, that was published in 1935, and this novel's original title was Swami and Tate. As we know that Graham Greene was friend of Narayan when Narayan started writing novel or short story. Then his works were not getting published by the publisher. So he met Graham Greene, and Graham Greene suggested Hamish Hamilton. This is the publisher name, Hamish Hamilton. So with the help of Graham Greene, he started publishing his novel, and first novel is Swami and Friend, and the original title of this novel was Swami and Tate, but we study as Swami and Friends in Indian context, and this story is similar to Rudyard Kipling's Stocky and Company, and it is also written, you will find CO Company only, right? Because here what it represents, we will also discuss it later. So the next novel is The Bachelor of Arts, 1937. It was published in 1937, and the next is The Dark Room, 1938, and the next is The English Teacher, that was published in 1945. Okay, so these three, I highlighted these three. First Swami and Friends, and the second is The Bachelor of Arts, 1937, and The English Teacher, 1945. So these three are the semi-autobiographical novels, and these three are the trilogy. Okay, the trilogy name is semi-autobiographical novels of Narayan. So you need to know it. So the next one is Mr. Sampath, 1949, that was published, and the Financial Expert, 1954, 1952, and Waiting for the Mahatma. Waiting for the Mahatma is Mahatma, talking about the Mahatma Gandhi here. That was published in 1955, and the next work is The Guide. The Guide, that was also adapted for the film with the same name. And the Man Eater of Malgudi, here again talks about the Rakshas who eats the man. Okay, that was published in 1961, and The Vendor of the Sweets, 1967, The Painter of Science, 1976, and A Tiger for Malgudi, 1983, Talkative Man, 1986, and Word of Nagaraj, 1999, and Grandmother's Tale, 1992. Okay, so here are non-fictional works, that is not fictional. So the first is Next Sunday, 1960, My Dateless Diary, 1960, and My Days, 1974, Reluctant Guru. In the same year, it was published, 1974. So, and here are the short story collection of the Narayan. First is Malgudi Days. Malgudi Days. So, in short story collection, it was published 1943. 1943. Need to know this year. Okay, this is the lovely story. If you belong to 90s kids, then I think you must have watched it. If you have not watched it, then you can watch it. It is also available on YouTube at a free of cost. So it is a lovely story that will take us to our childhood days, how our childhood life was, and how we used to live in our life. Very lovely days. We enjoy our childhood days, so that will take you to your childhood days. So you must watch it, Malgudi Days. The second work is the short story is the Midas Corner, published in 1982, and Astrologer's Day and Other Stories, 1947, Lawley Road and Other Stories, 1956, A Horse and Two Goats, 1970, and Under the Banyan Tree and Other Stories, 1985, The Grandmother's Tales, 1994. Okay, so let's discuss Swami and Friends. That was published in 1935. Swami and Friends. So they, Swami and his friends. Swami is representing Swaminathan. Swaminathan is the main protagonist of this novel. Okay, so his friends are Somu. Somu is the class monitor. That's why the Swami call him uncle of the class. You need to know is sometimes the question comes that who is called uncles of the class in Swami and Friends. So who is that? Sonu. Okay, the next is money. Money is very powerful, right? Very powerful. He was called mighty good for nothing, means he is good for nothing. Okay, so he is very powerful but lazily. So next is Shankar. Shankar is the brilliant and intelligent person, intelligent student of this Albert Mission School. They used to go Albert Mission School. They study there, right? And the next friend of Swami is Samuel, nicknamed the P. And the next is Rajam. Rajam is the son of police superintendent, right? And he speaks English very well. So these are the friend of Swami and friends, and they used to love playing cricket, right? Their lovely game was cricket. This question asked in NET examination. So their lovely game of cricket brings Swaminathan and his friend together. So whenever they just want to meet each other, then they just play cricket. I think they love playing cricket. So their lovely game was cricket. And the next work is the Bachelor of Arts, that was published in 1937. The setting of this work is Malgudi. Okay, many of the Arkanarayan's works setting you will find that Malgudi is a fictional town of South India, that is representing South India. So here also the setting is Malgudi, and here the main protagonist Chandran. Okay, Chandran. You need to know Chandran. Okay, Chandran is the main protagonist of this novel, and he is pursuing a BA in history, and he falls in love with Malthi. But he doesn't get married because of some reason, because Malthi rejects Chandran, and he gets married to Sushila. Now ultimately Sushila becomes wife of Chandran. So next novel is The English Teacher, that was published in 1945. It is and autobiographical or semi-autobiographical in nature. Okay, why I have mentioned here autobiographical or semi-autobiographical? Because I have found in many websites autobiographical, and I have also found in many websites that that was written semi-autobiographical in nature. But I have studied this 2 times, this novel. I found that this is semi-autobiographical. Here, Arkan some experience and some real life experience are mentioned here, but that's why it is called, and we consider it semi-autobiographical. But if there will be option autobiographical, then just take it autobiographical. Okay, so here the main protagonist is Krishna, and Krishna's wife is Sushila, and their only daughter is Leela. Okay, so how the plot starts with the Krishna was standing at the big city mall, and where he saw a girl name was Sushila. Okay, she was playing with water, tap water, nal jo rehta hai na, so tap water. So where means he fell in love with Sushila that time. Okay, so he did not stop himself, and after some time he headed to Sushila's home, and he started talking about his proposal of marriage, right? So, but when astrologer came, and astrologer said that their horoscopes are not matching, because if they get married, then one of them will die after some time, right? So the first astrologer said that, but the Krishna was in deeply love with this girl Sushila, so he hired another astrologer by paying some money. So he paid some money to another astrologer, so that astrologer say everything is fine, right? So the astrologer said that everything is fine, you can get married anytime. So Krishna and Sushila they got married, and after some time they have children. Sorry, they have child, only daughter Leela. Okay, so here what Krishna representing real name, real character Arkan, and Sushila representing the Arkan's wife Raja, and their only daughter Hema, the Leela representing Hema. Okay, Krishna is Arkan here, and Sushila is Rajam. Rajam was wife of Arkan, and here Leela is representing Hema. Okay, these characters are real character in real life. Okay. So anyhow, they got married and they have children. Sorry, they have child Leela, only daughter. Okay. So after some time, they Krishna teaches in college. So that time he was paid 100 rupees per month, right, for teaching. So when Arkan so they just wanted to purchase a new house. So they went there. They went Lawley Extension. This is the area where houses were there. So they went there, and they started searching for the house. So one of a house they selected there, and Sushila, she went to the washroom, and there she was stung by bee. Okay, she was stung by bee. Then Krishna came there, and he took Sushila temple, then home, and after some time Sushila was diagnosed with typhoid, and after some time because of the typhoid she died, and leaving Krishna and Leela all alone. And after the death of Sushila, Krishna started feeling all alone in his life, and he even he did not want to leave the Leela all alone. So he started spending more and more time with Leela. He even went to school of Leela, where he used to play with Leela, right? So this is the story of the English teacher, and I have taken some line from the Arkan's famous novel, The English Teacher. I means here representing Arkan. So I left the college usually at 4:30 because Arkan was teaching at the college. So I left the college usually at 4:30 p.m. the moment the last bell rang, and avoiding all interruptions, reached home within about 20 minutes. Okay, as soon as I turned street, I caught a glimpses of Sushila tingling at her little garden in our compound, or watching our child as she toddled. Child means Leela. He's talking about the Leela. She totaled about pickling pebbles and mud. It was not in my wife's nature. My wife's means he was talking about Susila. It was not my wife's nature to be demonstrative, but I knew she waited there only for me. She waited there only for me. So what a lovely story here. You can read it, this novel. Next novel is The Guide. This was published in 1954. Another, okay, again, it is set, its setting is also Malgudi, and here the main protagonist is Raju. Raju is also known as Railway Raju. Why he is called Railway Raju? Because he works in his shop that was situated at a railway station. Okay, so here another protagonist is Rosie, whom Raju loves. And Rosie is the wife of Marco. Marco is the husband of Rosie, and Marco is also writer. Okay, this story is also open-ended. Okay, what is open-ended? An open-ended novel or ambiguous ending? Open-ended novels are that if any novel end with two things. Okay, whether the protagonist dies or not. It depends on the reader's choice, what the readers interpret that story and what the reader like that, right? So that's why it is called open-ended. You need to know it because the question came from here, open-ended or ambiguous ending. Okay, so let's talk about its plot. What happened? Raju is the protagonist, and his father's business was he was running a little shop at a railway station where after the means everything was going very well, but after the death of Raju's father, the thing started turning, and Raju started taking over the that shop at the railway station, and Raju started working there, and he started another job, that is another business, that was guiding. Here the title name is also the guide. So here Raju becomes tourist guide, right? So he used to guide the people, and he was very famous. He became very famous nearby and wide also. So here one time what happened, he met with Marco and his wife Rosie. Okay, so Marco is very well-educated person, and his wife was Rosie. And sometime Raju found that that sometime Rosie is not satisfied with her husband, right, Marco. So he took a chance and he proposed Rosie, but Rosie rejected, and she says that we just be friend, right? So after some time, Raju took Rosie to his home. So then what happened there? His mother did not accept Rosie because Rosie belongs to lower class or lower caste. Okay, but after some time, Rosie becomes a very famous dancer, and first name, she changed her name with Nalini. She performed on the stage in public. So Raju became manager of that Rosie's group, and Rosie became a very famous dancer. Okay, so they earn a lot of money there. So this is all about the novel The Guide. Okay, after some time, Raju because of the forgery, Raju did forgery for signature. Okay, without the consent of the Rosie, he did forgery for a signature, and he was sentenced to the jail for 2 years. And after some time, after 2 years, he was released, and he went to bank of river, and where a villager found him, and he started calling himself Swami, and people started calling him Swami. Okay, so he's also called Railway Raju and Sant or Swami. Okay, so this is all about The Guide that was published in 1954. So here we can see the previous year question. So which among the following is correct in the context of R.K. Narayan? First, The Guide is an open-ended novel. The second is most of the characters of his novels are from a light section of society. The next is he wrote short story titled The Matters Corner. Okay, so and the next is he received the Booker's Prize for his novel The Vendor of Sweet. And the next is Malgudi is a real life city in Karnataka. So this is also wrong. And he received the Booker Prize for his novel. This is also wrong. And he wrote a short story titled The Matter's Corner. Yeah, it is correct. So first, the novel, his guide is an open-ended novel. Yeah, it is correct. It is open-ended and it is ambiguous ending. Ambiguous ending. Ambiguous ended novel. So this is also right. So most of the characters of his novels are from a light section. No, it is not. It is not. So our correct option will be first A and C. So A and C. Second answer will be correct. Next question is, who among the following Indian writers in English has created an identifiable imagined locale? Okay, so here we discuss William Faulkner, and in Indian writing we talk about Raja Rao is also created Kanthapura here, but if we talk about the Arkanarayan, then Arkanarayan created Malgudi. Malgudi is the fictional town, and that town represents the south part of India, Malgudi. Okay, so this is all about the video. This is all about the Arkanarayan. We will discuss later Raja Rao. That is another three pillar of this India writing, right? So thank you for watching this video. If you are preparing for any kind of examination, it would be PSC, VAPAM, or it would be any competitive examination. It would be NET, SET, CSIR NET, UGC NET. So do come here. Courses are going on. You can avail our courses. Thank you for watching this video.